Hello everyone, in this video we'll see how to install Apache Airflow in Windows using Docker. So what is Docker? What are the benefits of Docker? So I already made one playlist. I keep it, I'll mention that link in the description. Please watch it. So Docker is also one of the important skill set. Now, why are we using Docker for installing Airflow? Because most of the open source, if you see, right, it's not that straightforward to install, especially in Windows operating system. They're mostly compatible with Linux based operating systems, right, like Ubuntu, Red Hat, Mac, etc., etc., right? So now, as I said, we cannot install Airflow in Windows operating system, so we are using Docker. On top of Docker, we are installing Apache Airflow, right? So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. So yeah, there's a guy called Pakal. So he did really great job, creating an image for Airflow, because till version 1.x, there is no official Docker image from Airflow. So the time when I'm recording, recently, Apache Airflow 2 is released, where Airflow is providing, the Docker image. But as I told you, till 1.x, there are no official Docker images. So Pakal is the guy who made our life easier, technically speaking. So what you guys have to do is, I also mentioned this link in the description. Just go to code and download the zip file and make sure you extract it. Once you extract it, you'll get it. There might be few folders which you won't see when you extracted it, which I am just trying to highlight it. But don't worry, we are going to create those, folders, why we are creating it, all those things. Will be seeing it in our next videos, right? So if you see, we have two different Docker files or Docker Compose files. As I told you, in case if you're not aware what is this Docker images, containers, Compose file, make sure you watch my playlist, right? So, and also, right, in our first video, we talk about executors, right? So executors are one of the crucial thing in Apache Airflow. There are three type of executors: Celery, local, and Kubernetes. So what we are going to say is local executors, right? So we'll also compare this, three different type of executors in our upcoming video. But for now, we are using local executors, right? Let me try to open this file, Docker file, right? So Apache Airflow uses Postgres. It will use either Postgres database or MySQL database, any of this database, right? But when you talk about the default Airflow installation, it will also install MySQLite, I guess, some SQLite or some other database, right? Which is not that good if you have, the good amount of workloads, because the database can't handle multiple reads and multiple writes. That is the reason why we are using Postgres database. So what this database do here is, whatever you are deploying, whatever you are scheduling, right? All those metadata information will go and sit in the Postgres database, right? So now here we are using Postgres 9.6, right? And this is the service. If you see under services, I'm using Postgres, MySQL. Why am I using MySQL? You'll understand maybe in our couple of in our upcoming videos. And the web server, right? So web server is see, we install Apache Airflow. How can I monitor it, right? How can I know monitor my logs or whatever it is? We need some a decent UI, right? So that UI is deployed in a web server, right? So it is you can name anything. It's not necessarily need to be a web server. You can give any name, right? So we have Postgres, right? I'm using 9.6 version, not me. Uh, it is actually created by this guy Pakal, right? And this is the username password we are giving. Obviously we have to set a password, right? We'll come to the MySQL part later, right? And for the web server, this is the you know container which we are trying to pull, right? So yeah, this web server depends on Postgres, as I told, Apache Airflow needs some database to store the metadata information, right? And then these are the environments. So I'm saying install MySQL. As I said, no, we'll talk about MySQL later, right? And executor is local. You can mention the what type of executor here, right? So this is, I'm just configuring the SMTP server in my, Apache Airflow server Docker container, because I want to send an email in case, if anything, if something is wrong, something went wrong and something went success. So in those cases, both success and failure cases, I'm sending email. So you can Google it how to get this SMTP password for Gmail. For now, this is some dummy password I just entered here. Okay, now yeah, this is about the email configuration, and this is a very important thing called volumes, right? So whatever the Airflow, whatever the workflows you created using Airflow, right? Those workflow code, which is, as I said, right, Airflow will be, workflows can be created using Python, which is typically a py file, should be placed in the DAC folder. So in Linux, in wherever you installed the Apache Airflow, right, under user local Airflow DAC folder, this is the folder where you have to keep all your DAC files, which is nothing but your workflows, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a DAX folder, okay, in my local machine called DAX. I'm mounting this folder to my container. So as I told you, we are using Linux operating system, especially Ubuntu, for deploying all these services like Postgres and Apache Airflow. So what we are doing is I'm just mounting this DAX folder, which I created here, into this particular folder, which is in my Docker container, right? So now technically speaking, if you place any files here, right, the same files will be present in your Linux operating system, because this two folder, your local folder and the folder which is in your container, is mounted, right? And the vice versa. If you place any file here, you'll also see in your local system, right? Because as I said, right, all your DAC files, Python files, should be placed under this folder, right? That will consider as an, that's nothing but a deployment, you can say, simple, right? If you want to deploy any DAX, you have to place that DAC file, which is nothing but a Python file, in this particular folder. Clear? And what are these folders? We'll discuss step by step. So we'll take one use case and we'll try to understand why I created all these folders, right? So hope you understand it, right? Now, once you downloaded this, right, you should open a command from prompt in this particular folder, right? Let me open a command prompt. Let me pull here, and this is the command we have to run. Make sure that your command prompt is in the same folder location where your Docker Compose local executor file is present. Not sure if I can zoom in. Yes, right, this particular file is present. So once you open this particular command prompt in the location, this is the command which we need to run. Okay, what happened? Let me copy this and I don't want to run now. I just want to explain you this command. So I'm saying Docker must compose this particular Docker file. F is nothing but a file. We are loading a file, right? Compose this Docker file. I'm just saying up, start the service. So D means actually, you don't see any any execution logics, logs, sorry. So I would suggest you to remove this so that, you will see what's happening, right? So I already, executed this command in my local system. So I already have images created. So once you run it, it will take some decent time based on your network connectivity, because you need to download the Postgres, Apache Airflow, MySQL server, right? It may be somewhere around, and of course the Ubuntu operating system, it might be somewhere around 2 to 3 GB, right? So as I said, I already downloaded it. So that is the reason why it was very fast. And if you see, the server is started in my system. And what else I wanted to talk about? Yes. So if you want to check, simple. The port is uh, localhost 8080. Did you see it got started? Already deployed, few DAX or workflows here. So that's why you are seeing it, right? So well, in case if you want to stop it, it's again pretty straightforward. Just open the command prompt in the same directory. Oops, this. So instead of up, you can say down. Okay, before I do that, if you see my Docker, software which I install under the images, you can see, right? These are the three images which got pulled from the Docker Hub. One is a Postgres database, another is a Puckle Docker Airflow, another one is MySQL, right? And when you see containers, did you see all my three images are running? One is my web service, web server where my Airflow is installed. Postgres database where my Apache Airflow will use it to store all the metadata, and MySQL database, right? Yeah, and yeah, now coming to the point, if you want to shut down, it's simple. Just open the separate command prompt in the same folder, and instead of up, type down and just say enter. You'll notice it is done. Did you see? Now all the containers are down, and now if you see it, that's it. I mean, it's still loading, which means like it's just, yeah, the site can't be reached because we shut down all the containers. This is that straightforward. It's a one-time job, right? If you want to start the server, this is the command. You just say up. If you want to shut down your containers, just say down. That's it. That's straightforward, right? So now you understand the power of Docker, right? It makes our life, easier, right? So I think that's what I wanted to cover in this video. So hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.